In terms of my eating disorder history, I was formally diagnosed with EDNOS, which stands for eating disorder not otherwise specified. And that's just because of the fact that I've been through many cycles of different eating disorders throughout the years. So it all kind of began, in general, all of my symptoms, I would say, for most mental health really began at 14. Um, but with my eating disorder specifically, all throughout my childhood, I did struggle with my image and being comfortable in my own skin. So I think, but it wasn't until about 14 where I really started to, act on these feelings in a negative behavior. Um, so at 14, it began with attempting to just restrict and in ways that I didn't have enough knowledge to do in a healthy way. But I, I'd struggled with bouts of purging at times, bulimic tendencies. I had struggled with a lot of restriction throughout high school and whatnot. But then it was actually in college where well, also, mind you, I almost forgot to mention medication throughout high school also caused me to struggle with binging towards the end of high school. So I'd gone through a little bit of everything already kind of at that point. But then in college, I started bodybuilding because that's always been a passion of mine. And so I took it on for myself and I was really into fitness. And so unfortunately, as somebody with a bit of a all or nothing attitude, I took it to the extreme to the point where I would have a panic attack if I didn't eat exactly to the gram every day. And that's not sustainable either. So, the fixation became a bit too unhealthy in terms like on the fixation on being healthy became unhealthy, essentially. People call that orthorexia. I'm not so sure how common that term is, but just, that fixation was not good for me. And then after that, I ended up kind of rebounding and binging heavily, putting on weight to the point where I was just over 200 pounds after being, a fit 140, 130-pound bodybuilder. So, it was quite the change for a short couple of months. And then as of recently, I've kind of been, leveling out, struggling on and off with, more restrictive habits. But for the most part, in recent months, things have been pretty leveled out. So essentially, I've been up and down through the ringer in
Wow.
every way, shape, and form. I've had it all with the eating disorders.
Yeah.